genuinely never thought that being on a stage was my thing. Ironic considering that I'm standing on a stage right now. But it wasn't always like this. The very first time I stepped on the stage, I froze. A wave of nausea slammed through me like a train, my throat tightening, my chest loosening up, and my hands shivering. The lights just felt too bright and the silence felt too loud. The poem I had memorized till midnight was gone, dissolved into nothing. I begged myself to say something, to say anything, but I couldn't. I stood there, frozen, the faces waiting for me and the air feeling heavy enough to choke on. All I wanted to do was disappear. So I did. Not by the world opening up and swallowing me alive, but by running off of stage. Yes, running off of stage. Tears were burning my face hot and mascara streaking down my cheeks. The shame hit me like a physical weight had just been dropped on me. It crushed me, my dignity, and the little bit of confidence I had left. I wanted a reset. A reset that could get rid of all those sleepless nights, those awkward convos that you never actually wanted to be a part of. And a reset that could get rid of that one memory that picked away at your brain second by second. So my answer was simple after that. Never again. Never again will I stand on stage because I'm not brave enough. Never again will I be under the spotlight because I'm not meant for it. And never again will I speak. That memory haunted me like a relentless echo. Everywhere I went, it would whisper to me, what if you fail again? What if you run off again? So my answer was an arm's reach, never. Socialization became something that I was scared of doing, so I locked myself in my room, gloomy as ever. But my mom had enough. She sat beside me and said to me, Swara, what passes are the mistakes, but what lasts is the courage to come back. That day, she didn't give me some long TED speech like I am right now, nor did she give me praise nor pressure. All she gave me was a different lens. A lens that could potentially change my life if I tried, or a lens that could potentially not work if I didn't try. So I tried. Not because she told me to, but because I didn't want to be someone who lived in the shadow of their fears. I wanted to be someone who could overcome that fear. So I started by building myself in slow, small increments. First, talking to myself in front of a mirror until my voice stopped sounding squeaky. Then, talking in front of my friends until I sounded like a proud politician. And finally, my test did come. Not on a big stage like this, but on a smaller stage, but just as big of a motive. MUN, Model United Nations. Model United Nations is a diplomatic and political platform where you get to share your views. My first ever Model United Nations was with really experienced delegates. I raised my placard to speak. I stumbled, but I didn't let the fear eat me, because that's what I promised myself when I started this journey. I kept speaking, POIs, speeches, POOs, and until I could overcome that fear. I learned to celebrate each win. My first POI without shaking, my first 1-minute speech without forgetting or stumbling over my words, and finally, my first challenge. Challenges are between two delegates. I was the delegate of Vietnam, and he was the delegate of Algeria. I was scared because he was a really experienced emir. I thought I would lose. I did at the end, but let's ignore that part for a bit. With the amount of confidence I spoke with in a room filled with more than 50 people, surprised me being the speaker. Through MUN, I learned that confidence is about failing, but it's also about coming back to try again. I kept trying until my confidence was out of the roof. And finally, I learned what my reason was. The reason that I wanted when I failed my speech wasn't on a keyboard where I could press three keys. It was inside me. I could change myself so I could find that reset. First key, control. Control your breathing. Panic narrows down your throat, so a long inhale in and a longer exhale out. Alter. Alter the script from I failed to I learned. Because failure is not about giving up and just sitting there feeling distraught. It's about coming back, more powerful than ever. And finally, delete. Delete the belief you aren't enough. You're always enough and you always will be. So I stand here in front of you, not as someone who's immune to fear, but as someone who learned how to be with it, to walk with it, to move with it. And ironically, I'm standing on the very same stage where I once fled, running off, crying. But this time, I have a script to come back to if I crash. And who knows, I might have crashed all throughout this, but I did let you all find out. And when people ask me, is failure what made you who you are? I stand there and telling them, I'm not the girl who ran away. I'm the girl who came back. So, when you're faced in front of a mic or in a really important life decision, just remember, control, alt, delete. That's how I unfroze. How are you?